Hello, dear friends, and welcome to our Sunday celebration, the first Sunday in Advent. So we're doing this service a little differently, and we've added a few things for your enjoyment. I'm glad that you are part of our community, and I'm glad to celebrate with you. And as we are moving forward, I invite you to enjoy our celebration for what it is.
Gratefulness by Louise Hay. Deep in the center of my being, there is an infinite well of gratitude. I now allow this gratitude to fill my heart, my body, my mind, my very being. This gratitude radiates out from me in all directions, touching everything in my world, and returns to me as more to be grateful for. The more grateful I feel, the more I am aware that the supply is endless, and I am grateful for life, now and forevermore. And so it is.
There was trouble around the corner, now it's at our door. Let's make it the moment we've been waiting for. Cause it's fear and confusion and it's sinking in, but the love's getting louder and it's gonna win. Whoa, hold up, sing for me. Hey, hey, oh, sing for me. Whoa, hold up, sing for me. Sing, 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 sing for me. Now it feels like we're hiding cause we're stuck inside of this worldwide love, wearing with some pride, cause we're saving each other and it's buying time. Help us sing it for the heroes on the front line. From your home, love, sing for me. You're not alone, love, sing for me. From your balcony, sing for me. Sing, 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 sing for me. Sing whatever you're feeling now. There's really only two ways you could go, and the first way is fear and it wants to grow. Well, it wants to unnerve you, but it don't serve you. Love is what you're worth, won't you sing it for the earth? Whoa, love, sing for me. Hey, hey, love, sing for me. Whoa, love, sing it for me. Sing, 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 sing for me. From your smartphone, sing for me. From your desktop, sing for me. From the hospital, sing for me. Sing, 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 sing for me. There was trouble around the corner, now it's at our door. Let's make it the moment we've been waiting for. You guys are beautiful. Happy Sunday.
I'd like to welcome you this morning and have you join me in prayer. I just caught a pumpkin, what do you know? I'd just like you join me in prayer and just recognizing that one source of life as being God as my life, and how that comes forth in gratitude and bringing forth that wholeness that is comes from that gratitude that we all get to share at this time of year. And for me, recognizing my source as all that it is the foundation for the unfoldment of my soul. recognizing that I'm not in control, that I can surrender to something bigger and just allow it to carry me. And so I'm just grateful for knowing this wisdom that has come to me, that I have recognized and have incorporated into my life on a daily basis. And when I get outside of that a little bit, just coming back to it. And so I'm just truly grateful for that recognition of that source in my life and carrying it with me every day. Thank you.
And so what I know is that there's one life. That life is infinite expression, that is beyond the beyond. It is that which is you, it is me, it is that which breathes us and lives in all things. It is compassion, it is wholeness, it is gratitude, it is everywhere present, in and out and round about. And so it is that very expression that is right now moving through that which is listening to these words as the consciousness itself, limitless in being, wholeness, life, and truth.
Hi, I'm Liz Jamison Dunn, and when I think about this time of the year, I think about Thanksgiving, of course, and gratitude. But I also reflect on how connected I am with that spirit, with everything around me, and seeing God in all places, everyone that I can look at, every blade of grass, every palm frond, every cloud. God is everywhere. And knowing that, I realize the connection that I feel inside my heart with Spirit, and with all of you, and with my Hilltop Center, and my spiritual family. So at this time, I really reflect on that peace and joy, and that special gratitude that I feel with all that is around me, that everything that's in my life. And for this, I'm eternally grateful.
Woo! Thank you. I'm Reverend Laura DiDonato, a practitioner here at the Hilltop Spiritual Center, and I realize at this sacred moment right now that I am filled with the joy of living. I am conscious of all the things I choose to do in life. And in this sacred moment, I also know that I have peace of mind, peace in my heart, peace in my body. And I know that I am guided by the most amazing energy called God. This energy is love. This love passes through me into everything I do. And I am so grateful for this love of family, my spiritual community, and the love of the season, Thanksgiving. I now realize and affirm that everything I do and everyone I see is God, and I am grateful. And so it is.
So catch the spirit of the season of Thanksgiving. A great reminder that gratitude is always the way to expand our consciousness, to realize right here and right now, everything that is needed is available. I know I'm just grateful to be a human being, to be able to reflect, to feel, to have a heart. And I know that it is this sense of gratitude that makes me whole, that makes me realize that there is nothing in my life that is lacking or without, that it is not only full, it is overflowing. And so it is that fullness of my being that is just a part of a greater being, that is connecting my being to all beings. And so, in my wholeness, I am part of a greater whole. And so I am just knowing and affirming that for each of us, we are whole, that we are grateful, and in our gratitude, all is well.
Hi, this is Terry Cornelius. I'm a practitioner at Hilltop. So grateful to be here with you, expressing my love and gratitude for my life, for you and my life, and this center, as we are guided through life with our spiritual director, Guy Williams. What I really want to focus on is gratitude and thanksgiving. That is the core of my life, what brings me joy and happiness. And when things get tough, I take a breath and go into gratitude for where we live, how we live, that we have this family at Hilltop Center, and we have Reverend Guy as our leader. I thrive with his talks. I thrive with Ernest Holmes' words of wisdom. All is good in God's neighborhood, and so it is. Oh.
Hello, my name is Andrea Matros, and I am thrilled to be with my dear and beloved practitioner friends. And we are here for love, for gratitude, for gratefulness on all levels. I am here because I love this place. I love being a part of Hilltop Spiritual Center and all that we do here. There's deep, deep gratitude for this. There's deep gratitude for all the things in my life, and my family, and my friends, and my four-legged loved ones. And there truly is so much to be grateful for. And as you all know, we couldn't do it without each other. So for all of the congregants and all of the people watching, what a delightful experience it is to give back. I give with my full heart. I am so grateful. I honor God and beauty and love. And what I know to be true is I release. I release all that has been said. I release all of these prayers and all of these gifts unto the beauty of the one, unto the beauty of the sacred. I release and I let go. So be it, and so it is.
Happy Thanksgiving!
Love you all.
Hello, dear friends. And again, I'm just so glad that you're here with us as we're doing this celebration virtually in our community. You know, we're moving into a magic period of time. You know, this theme that we've had for this year, we make the path by walking. And so for the past month of November, we have been, you know, on the path of gratitude, taking it in as a value, as a spiritual practice. And this Sunday, the 29th of November, is the first Sunday of Advent. It is moving us into following the path of light. You know, as the earth is beginning to appear darker and darker, it's really interesting because the mystics say that even in this time when it appears dark, even in this time when sort of in many parts of the world, the earth is covered with a mantle of snow, that the earth is most alive inside. And you know, for us, there's a shift because it's not the external, although we're sort of drawn into that by so many things. But perhaps this year gives us an opportunity to really connect, to deeply connect with that inner life, that inner vitality as all the forces seem to pull in. You know, intuitively we feel that way. Intuitively we want to have this sense of quiet that's going on. Something that Kristen Lynn says is she says, gratitude offers us the opportunity to welcome joy into the same places where we hold grief. To turn our attention to what is quietly growing and breathing day by day, which to our possible surprise includes ourselves. And so, yeah, isn't it interesting? during this time, with everything that's going on, and however you have spent this Thanksgiving, I'm sure it's been very different from other ones, but to hold joy and grief together. You know, the grief of loss. And I know for many of you, there have been significant losses this year. But to allow joy to enter into that grief, not in some blind, narcotized, frivolous way, but that quiet, powerful joy that remembers and that connects. I think we as a nation are also going through an experience of grief. Grief of the well over 250,000 people that have lost their lives to this pandemic. Grief for the loss of jobs, of homes, of ways of life. Grief at the sadness to see our nation at this time torn apart. But we can allow joy to enter in even here. The joy of friends and family. The joy of giving and receiving love. The joy of thankfulness. Because when we are experiencing gratefulness, it's easy to expand into joy. And Diana Butler Bass talks about how sometimes gratefulness is hard. Sometimes we have to consciously choose that we're going to do it. But again, we're moving into this really interesting and beautiful time of year. And isn't it fascinating that the ancients who saw this time, and they lived in a world before electricity. They lived in a world when the sun went down, it was really, really dark. And as the earth became darker and colder, the festivals were centered around the returning of light, whether it would be Hanukkah or Diwali or the Christian festivals and the Saturnalia. But all of these celebrate the returning of light. And so let's put our attention on that, on the returning of light, the returning of joy, even in the darkness of grief. One of the things that gratefulness does, one of the things that this time of year brings us to, is a new paradigm in consciousness of thinking. There's a whole science on the evolution of consciousness, and I'm thinking of the works of Rob Bell or Ken Wilber or Spiral Dynamics and a lot of those. And very briefly, in a very, very easy way, there's a consciousness that we have of ourselves, our ego, who we are and what defines us as an individual. There's a consciousness that defines us in who we belong to. Our family, our tribe, the me becomes the we. But I think where we are now, what we're preparing for on so many interesting things that are happening globally or cosmically, is we're beginning to move into this next phase of consciousness, which isn't about me or we, but us, all together, all creation, all life. We expand our tribe from our family or our familiars or our nation or our species to include all creation, the forests, our four-legged brothers and sisters, the fish that swim in the sea, the birds that fly in the air, even in the consciousness of the very stones and minerals that are there. And so, something that Thomas Merton says is he gave this in a talk in, I think, 1968, and it was just sort of a casual remark that he made, but it has become so profound for so many of us. He said, we are already one, but we imagine that we are not, and that what we have to recover is our original unity. What we have to be is what we are. And what we are cosmic citizens. Dr. Holmes says that we are a center of divine consciousness within the vast whole. We are, as Teilhard says, evolution become intentional. And just as Lee's song says, part of this sense of unity, this sense of interconnectedness, begins to dispel the fear. Part of the prayer that the practitioners gave, it wasn't that fun, is about how we are one and how we are together. And so, how do we serve in this time? Something the Dalai Lama said that I think is pertinent right now. He says that the greatest service that we can do is to be happy. And not, again, a frivolous kind of, goofy happy, but a happiness that comes from that sense of meaning, that sense of purpose, that sense of connection, that happiness that is there as a byproduct of joy. Because when we do this, there's one less soul that is suffering on the planet. It's the greatest service that we can do, is to find joy in our life and those around us. That is the healing work. And the other thing that we can do is we can pray. And so on this holiday weekend or week or wherever you may be, I'm going to invite you to pray. Praying by just contemplating or thinking or remembering that there is a life, a presence. It is the ground of all being. It goes by many names. It is absolute, and it is personal to each and every one of us. And it reveals its longing for connection in our heart. And if we are still, and if we listen to that echo in our soul, we can embody those words of Thomas Merton that we are already one with each other and one with the living presence. And we can recognize that there is a force of life as we recognize life growing more vital, even though it may appear more subtle, strengthening itself within us. If we allow, we can become aware of the wisdom that is guiding us, the strength that supports us, that brings us this place of amazement and wonder and awe of the beauty that is here, there, and everywhere. And so, we can sit in this peace. We can say, all is well, and all will be well. And for this, we are grateful. And so it is. Thank you. Thank you again for being part of our Sunday celebration and part of our virtual community and part of our brick and mortar community. Whoever you are, however you connect with us, you are loved, you are welcomed, you are seen, and you are celebrated. And so during this time, I just want to bring something to your attention. This coming Tuesday, December 1st, is called Giving Tuesday. And we would really love for you to consider making us part of your charitable giving for the year. I'm going to even ask you to consider it in a big way. And one way that you can do this is through Facebook. Facebook has agreed to match any giving on Tuesday, December 1st that goes through their portal. Now, all the ways that you can do this are in our newsletter. It takes about 1, 2, maybe 3 clicks to get there, but we greatly appreciate it. And if this is not something that's feasible for you at this time, again, I want to thank you for your continual and generous support in our community, and I look forward to celebrating with you through this Christmas season and beyond. And so, to you and those who you give love to and receive love from the bottom of my heart, I wish you many, many, many blessings.
So sacred, so secret, so precious, this love. So sacred, so secret, so precious, this love. I will share, 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 I will share this love. So sacred, so secret, so precious, this love. So sacred, so secret, so precious, this love. I will share, 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 I will share this love. So sacred, so secret, so precious, this love. So sacred, so secret, so precious,